Hello and welcome to your Nobo 16.6. Starting right up front here, you have a light just in case you need to hook up at night. You have your extend and retract for your power tongue jack here. Right behind it you have your propane tank, which left is to open, right is to close. Coming to the outside here, you have your battery disconnect. So when you are using your batteries and you want to cut all power to the inside of your camper, just go ahead and turn this. Just like that. Once you do turn that off, all the power will then cut. You have your storage in here and a cap for one of your low point drains. Right here, this is going to be your water system. So starting off here, you have your freshwater connections. This is your fresh tank. So all that is if you're gonna go out to the middle of nowhere, it's just this one big tank that you can go ahead and fill before your trip, which then holds water. And once you turn on the water pump inside, the water will then get pumped through your systems. Right below here, you have your city water connection. So if you do go into a campground, you pull into your spot. This is where you hook the hose up to. That will put water through your lines. So you need that pressurized hose to go ahead and fill this up and get water going. Underneath you have your low point drains here, which is going to be the lowest points of your camper. And right behind it is going to be your fresh tank connection, which the cap is going to be this little white piece here. So all that is let's say you're done with your vacation, you still have leftover water, go ahead and open that up and that'll drain. Coming to the water heater here, this is going to be your anode rod. This anode rod then goes into this hole with a 1 1/16 socket. That socket will then tighten this down. Once you have that completely socketed down, go ahead to the inside of your camper, turn on the hot side of the faucet, let it sputter out, let all the air get out. That sputter was just pushing all the air completely out of your tank. Once you have a steady flow of water, then go ahead and turn on the water heater switch on the inside of your camper, and that will start to warm up. To empty it, because water does get stagnant, go ahead and release the pressure. Just lift it up like that. You'll hear it hiss once it's died out. Then you can go ahead, take your socket, pull this back out, and the water will just start draining through here. To make it go faster, just go ahead, open that back up, and it'll start to flow. Coming to this little black piece here, this is gonna be the back of your fridge if you ever need to access it. Underneath is going to be your plug-in port along with the cable satellite plug-in, just in case you have a TV outside. Your tires, this little green cap indicates that it is filled with nitrogen. You are able to fill it with regular air. It does not inflate or deflate with temperature change. Coming to your back storage piece here, like this. You can lift this up for more storage, just in case you need to travel. Then for the light, you just have a little button right in the middle, just like that, to turn this on and off. Coming down underneath, you have all of your sewer systems here. You have your gray tank or your galley tank, and this is your waste tank or your black tank. So basically, the gray tank is going to be like your shower water, your sinks. This is going to be your toilet. So I do recommend doing the black tank first, just because it's the dirtiest water. Go ahead, let it rinse out, and then put a pressurized hose into this black tank flush here. This black tank flush just takes a pressurized hose, and all the water that goes in here goes into the black tank, and it's basically just a sprinkler. So that sprinkler will start going. Gives it one last flush, make sure none of the toilet paper is stuck or any of the other solids in there. With the gray tank, I recommend doing this last, just because it gives the tank one last little flush before you go ahead and put your hands back on it. So this is backup camera ready. So all you do is pop this little plate off. There's 4 screws. Once you do that, go ahead, pop the plate off, insert your camera, and then with the Furrion, it comes with a little tablet. That tablet will then go into your cigarette lighter. Once it's in there, go ahead and turn your running lights on. And once the running lights are on, then you will start to get the feed through the camera. So this is where you're gonna put either your griddle or a table on the outside here. It's just a top down. I don't have them out right now because it's in a box. That's just a top down. Underneath it, there it is. You have your LP Quick Connect. So if you do put your griddle in there, this is where you'll be able to put the gas into and then have a steady flow of gas to ignite your griddle. 110 outlet here. Spray port. This is gonna be your furnace exhaust. So this does get very hot. So if there's any little kids in the area, just let them know. Make sure to stay away from this when the furnace is on. Go down to your steps here. What you're gonna wanna do is bring this up and almost fold it backwards and it'll slide right into place. So watch these arms here. You lift up, wait till the bend, fold this in and keep pushing, and then it'll lock into place. This little black piece on top, if you peel that tab off, inside of there will be a manual override just in case this ever electrically goes out. And then you have it's upside down, but that's gonna be your griddle here. Coming to the inside of your camper, you have your entire electric panel here. So I did extend your awning a little bit. I can't fully extend it because of the other camper, but I was just gonna extend it far enough to show you how to pitch it for the rain. So let's say rain starts to pile up on top. All you do is go ahead and pull right at this little elbow here. It'll bend just like that, and then it'll bend one angle. It's hard to tell, but it moves this way, and then all the rainwater will then drain off one side. And then I recommend just fully extending it back out before you reel it in. It says that you can reel it in bent, but just as a safety feature. And then same goes for the other side, just behind that little elbow, pull down, it'll bend that way, and all the water will start to fall off. You also know you're fully extended when the black cloth kind of drapes down, and then you'll see that black bar that it's sitting on. That's how you know it's fully extended. For the awning LED, it's a big red one right in the middle. Slide room. It's fully in. You know it's fully extended when you can hear it die out. You have your porch light. Then your interior lights on and off. But you can also section off with the press of the middle button. That goes for all of them. You have bottle openers and hangers here. So coming down by the door, you have your inverter here. Basically when this is on, it just takes basically just an extra power to run certain outlets throughout your camper. So if you're in the middle of nowhere, no connection, this will actually turn the inverter on, and then that will help power certain outlets around your camper. Now I'm going to show you how to put this into the down position or the bed position. I do also like to put this in the down position while traveling, so you can call it the travel position, whatever floats your boat. But all you do is pull this little top off, take the poles out, put them somewhere where they aren't going to roll around during travel. Go ahead, then put the table here onto the cleats, and then put the cushions back. Now this is what it looks like. I just put the poles down for now just because we're not going to be traveling, but this is just what that little bed position will look like. Coming down just to the right of it, you have your breakers and your fuses. I do recommend bringing extra fuses just in case. But just recommendation, would rather be safe than sorry. For the bathroom, you have the foot flush. So click that down, it'll start to, of course, flush. Along with that, you are going to need toilet solution along with RV grade toilet paper. The toilet paper will help break down easier so it doesn't clog your lines, and then the solution will help break down solids and smells. So what this little shower miser does is when you turn it on the hot side and close this valve, it'll sit there and cycle water until it starts to get warm, and then when you go ahead and open it up, you won't have to wait for the water to get warm. So it'll sit there, recycle, get warm. Once you turn it on, the hot water will come out and you'll be all good. Coming to this here, this is going to be your solar charge controller. So you have everything here, battery type, amp and volt, and this is just your battery reader. Since there's no batteries connected, it says that they're empty, but the reader says full to empty here. So this is going to be the heated holding tank system. So all that does is, let's say you're out in a cold environment, you can turn on the heated holding tanks, and that'll just heat the underbelly so the water in any of these tanks doesn't freeze. Along with that, you have your battery reader, fresh tank reader, black, gray, and then you have your water heater pump, where your water heater switch here, and then your water pump switch here. So that water heater, once you have a steady flow of water coming out, go ahead, turn that on, and then your water will start to heat up. With the water pump, you're out in the middle of nowhere, you took that water with you, go ahead, turn that on, and it'll go through your lines. For the stove, you just go ahead, click, turn on, and then light with a lighter. Microwave. For the little road vac here, to get inside, you just pull this tab and open it. You're gonna need to buy extra bags, and then to put it back, you just pull. Now that it's in, to insert a actual vacuum hose, you can put it into here, and then you can turn it on through here. That's gonna be for the road vac side. And then for the other side here, all you do is lift with your toe. And you can sweep with a sweeper, everything in there, and it all goes to this bag in here. Right inside of here, coming to this is gonna be your carbon monoxide detector. So this is always gonna be running just as a safety feature. So if you're gonna be gone within 3 to 4 days, I do recommend just taking the negative end off of your battery. Your solar should protect it, but just in case it doesn't, I do recommend taking the negative end off of your battery if you're gonna leave it for about 4 to 5 days, because this little green light will kill the battery. Coming to your fridge here, turn this on and off. It'll look for auto, LP gas. So basically it's just looking for electric along with the gas. Right here it says 1 is gonna be cold, 9 is gonna be the coldest. You can do that with the temperature set. And then mode, you can select between auto AC, LP gas, and so on. All that is it just depends where you're taking it from. So electric or gas. For the fridge, you just push up and pull. That's how you open it.